In the intricate web of blockchain data, where centralized indexers like the Graph command a $20 billion Web3 market, Masari 2025, a critical flaw endures: slow, clunky queries that cripple AI agents, leaving 90% of blockchains hostile to intelligence, subquery reports. Yet, as this bottleneck persists, a decentralized herald arises: Hermes SN82, the Bittensor subnet unlocking AI-powered GraphQL for on-chain insights. The problem: centralized indexers process 1 trillion queries annually, but suffer from high latency, 500 milliseconds plus, and costs 0.1 to 0.5 query, making AI agents blind to real-time data, Yuma reports. This inefficiency hampers a market growing to $50 billion by 2030, CAGR 20%, Statista, yet trapped in silos that stifle agentic AI in Web3. The opportunity. Amid this data drought, Hermes SN82 stands as a groundbreaking oracle, trading at $96 alpha price with a $3.6 million market cap, 15,080 tau, and 60.26% APY, tau stats Jan 28, 2026, yet powering agentic AI with GraphQL queries at 50 milliseconds latency. As V2 catalysts unfold, anticipate yields surging as tau inflows accelerate at $238.39. Example. Let's see a real-world example. Imagine an AI agent in a DeFi app failing 30% of queries due to slow indexers. Centralized tools like the Graph charge 0.05 cents per query with 200 millisecond latency, Masari 2025, exposing to $1 billion annual losses in Web3 Chainalysis. This centralization perpetuates blind spots in a $20 billion market, where decentralized alternatives could save $4 billion annually. The SN82 Hermes fix. Hermes SN82 rectifies this by establishing a decentralized GraphQL agent marketplace. Miners compete to deliver accurate on-chain queries, while validators score for speed and precision via consensus. This incentive-driven system reduces latency by 75% and costs by 90% compared to centralized indexers, enabling agentic AI in Web3. What is the subnet? And USPs. SN82 Hermes is Bittensor's flagship decentralized data query subnet, facilitating AI agents to access on-chain data via GraphQL with miners and validators competing for optimal responses. Its groundbreaking USPs include real-time querying, 50 milliseconds and 95% accuracy, training on 300-plus chains, subquery tech, and a roadmap targeting $50 billion market growth by 2030, CAGR 20%, positioning it as the sense organ for agentic AI in blockchain. How it works. The process unfolds with precision. Agents query via natural language or GraphQL. Miners interpret and fetch on-chain data, e.g., token prices, wallet history. Validators evaluate for accuracy and speed via metrics, e.g., response time less than 50 milliseconds. The best insight is delivered instantly. This cycle query to consensus to action ensures reliable data without central latency. Technical deep dive. At its core, Hermes leverages competitive ML with miners using specialized agents for GraphQL queries across 300-plus chains, achieving 95% accuracy on complex tasks per white paper benchmarks. Validators employ Yuma Consensus for scoring, with outlier detection for fairness. This architecture enables sub-50 ms responses, outperforming centralized indexers by 75% in speed and scalability. Operating model. Miners compete to provide queries for tau rewards. Validators score outputs with Yuma Consensus to distribute incentives equitably. Developers pay fees for premium access, channeling to buybacks, creating a sustainable, meritocratic ecosystem. Pricing and economics: incentive-driven, free basic access, premium $10 a month for high volume. Miners: low compute costs, 60.26% APY per tau stats. Extra costs: gas, 20 cents per tag. Decentralization: no central servers, P2P resilience. Flywheel: fees to buybacks. Data sovereignty and verification. Sovereignty: queries decentralized, user-controlled, no central storage. Verification: Yuma scoring and accuracy metrics ensure reliability, compliant with privacy standards, preventing bias. Team: advisors, partnerships, investors, led by Subquery Network with Yuma Group Acceleration at Barry Silbert, DCG. Partnerships: 300 plus chains, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, ecosystem fit, synergies with SN1, prompting for queries, and SN3, training for agents. Who benefits and customer profile? Sectors: DeFi, real-time data for trading, $50 billion savings, Misari. dApps, query agents, $100 billion market uplift, dApp Radar. DAOs, governance analysis, $20 billion efficiency, DeepDAO. Web3 tools, risk compliance, $30 billion growth, Chainalysis. Profile: devs, traders, builders, hunters, and $50 billion market, adept with GraphQL for miners. Catalysts, events, and roadmap. Catalysts: the V2 launch in Q1 2026 introduces advanced agent training expansions, enabling Hermes to handle complex multi-chain queries with 99% uptime, white paper projections, potentially boosting daily query volume from 10K to 1M, subquery estimates. Events: regular AMAs with founders like @0xrash for community insights, and hackathons offering 50K Tau prizes to spur innovation, X announcements. Roadmap: Phase 1 expands to 500 plus chains. Phase 2 rolls out multi-chain API integrations for seamless dApp use, targeting a $50 billion Web3 data market by 2030, unlocking 10x network activity and Tau demand through increased staking. Competition overview: centralized giants like the Graph, slow queries at 200 ms plus, 500 million MC, and Subquery, centralized indexing, vulnerable to 20% downtime risks, Misari 2025. Dominate, but falter in speed and cost. Hermes outplays with decentralized agents, 75% faster, 50 milliseconds latency, 90% cheaper, no premium tiers, and meritocratic consensus that no single failure can halt, reducing attack surfaces by 80%, while enabling 95% directional accuracy in predictions, a game changer for Web3's $20 billion data niche. The entry point? Embarking is straightforward yet strategic. Acquire Tau at $238.39 via exchanges like Binance. Verify fees 0.1%. Then delegate to validators through taustats.io for SN82 staking caution. Low liquidity means potential 5 to 10% slippage on trades, improving with V2. Miners deploy custom agents on subquery.network/Hermes using GraphQL APIs. Setup 10 minutes. Baseline: stake 5 Tau to start earning yields, with optional premium tools for advanced querying. Check current registration fees, 2 Tau, fluctuating per Bittensor dynamics, to optimize entry. The 5 Tau yield. For illustrative power, staking 5 Tau valued at roughly $1,192 yields conservatively in the current phase, yet escalates to 60.26% APY post-catalysts, equating to a hypothetical monthly accrual of 0.25 Tau or approximately $60. Triple-checked via Tau Stats emissions model. Reinvest for compounding. Annual returns could compound to 80% plus effective yield in a rising market. This bedrock play positions early participants for legacy wealth as Hermes captures the $50 billion data niche. The bull case. Envision the apex. The Web3 data niche commands a $20 billion market cap, presently the sorry 2025, with centralized indexers like the Graph at 500 MA valuation. Should SN82 Hermes secure a modest 5% share by 2030, as the sector expands to $50 billion, CAGR 20%, we anticipate a subnet valuation soaring to $2.5 billion, heralding a 700x multiplier from today's $3.60 million baseline. This trajectory elevates the alpha token from $96 to $50, $200, 52x, 208x appreciation, fostering yields surpassing 100% APY, exemplified by a 5 tau stake yielding up to $300 monthly at $100 alpha. Moreover, premium fees and buybacks institute the double squeeze, sequestering tau supply and propelling its price to $1,000 plus, thereby inflating tau's market cap beyond $10 billion in a virtuous cycle of demand, positioning early stakers for generational wealth as agentic AI demands explode. Risks: bear case. Low MC from youth. Moderate adoption risk, 20%. But Yuma momentum minimizes. Market asleep to agentic data. SN82. Hermes unlocks agentic AI for blockchain, disrupting $20 billion with open data. V2 unlocks 700x. Own the Oracle. Join Discord. Subscribe. Delegate taustats.io. Buy, stake, chill. Hope you learned something new today. Thank you for learning with us. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Always invest what you can afford to lose. But remember, the biggest risk in this new AI economy is not taking any risk at all. Our intention is to educate you and bring a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Bittensor Tau, directly to your screen. The new age slogan is don't wait to buy Tau and wait. Please like, share, and subscribe to BuyStakeChill. We bring you the real alpha. Cheers.